times. I think the last time we saw an event from Namis, it was actually the Invitational, and these two guys had quite a set.
Yes, sir. I mean, also keep in mind, there is a very big tournament coming. You guys know which one. I mean, after all, we are in the Beyond the Summit channel, so you guys know damn well that Sparg0 is taking this tournament as preparation for that. And, you know, performing in the center stage, there's not that many people around. It's going to be a very similar ambient, I would assume. And so, facing against Skyjay in a matchup that can be so dominant for either side, it's super important for him to win it, and so he takes the first stock with a push with that backer. I mean, keep in mind too, the only remaining contestants besides these two are both from Tijuana, so this is pretty much like a Tijuana local featuring Skyjay.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, he could have made it travel all the way north, and it would have been pretty much the same thing, I'd like to think. Great spot dodge there into the neutral B, like Sky with that Darkest Lariat. And here, we are seeing Sparg0 just take control, finally getting very aggressive is Sky, but the limit is on deck, and this could cost him quite a bit. Let's see what can Sparg0 do to further his lead, or if the Sky in the end is able to do something significant to, you know, bring it all the way back.
Seems like he is fishing for a back throw here. Unfortunately for him, Sparg0 is a master of spacing, so of course he won't just give that up real quick. But that side B will do it. The Alolan Whip takes the stock finally, not without taking a lot of damage himself. So you can see how complicated it is for Sky to get back into the advantage position, because, I mean, Sparg0 obviously is going to milk it for all it's worth, but really, with the speed that Incineroar has, and the ease that Sparg0 has to space his moves, I don't see Sky winning neutral so often, but when he does, that's when he's really scary! No! Solar Extension!
Yeah, you cannot do that versus Sparg0. You better come prepared whenever he is off stage, because if not, that bear is waiting for you. We've seen it time and time again. And look at Sparg0 just spacing out, baiting out, like he was throwing out a backer, and then instead going for the empty land and immediately continuing his punish. This man knows what's up, but also gonna get thrown off stage. Sky elects to go for that Nair. Very good edge guarding tool for Incineroar with that constant hitbox. That is just going to be very annoying, especially with a sort of lackluster recovery like Cloud does have. Sky has been jumping quite a bit to get back from off-stage situations, so, I mean, that is very dangerous. Oh my god, he almost got caught by that as Sky was working that, and he intentionally missed out that to try to go for the edge guard. I love those little plays from Sky. However, it seems like he's going to be cut short. Wait a second, though. Wait a second.
Still living. He still has a chance, but this is going to be super complicated. He gets hit by another backer, and Sparg0, though, doesn't shield that. I mean, this is somewhat... I mean, Roy, look at those percents. This should not be as even as it is, and yet Sky can find a Darkest Lariat to push Sparg0 off stage, or a Alolan Whip, kind of like this one. That's not gonna be it, but this is getting super close. This will be it. Oh my god, he barely missed it, and he missed. Oh my god, he was fishing for that second one. He was so close, and he didn't get it.
You look, even though Sparg0 very clearly has his mask on, like, I could see it in his face, like, hoo.
Yes.
That was very, very close. Like, if Sky didn't get desperate right there, or maybe if he had ran a little bit further, he would have caught Sparg0 with that Alolan Whip. And that would have been probably not the stock because they were coast to coast, but like for sure a very dire situation for Sparg0, who was racking up damage really quick. So this is what Sky does bring to the table. Like, he might get beat up at the beginning of the match, but then as the time progresses, like, this man starts to heat up, and it just brings wonders.
Dude, this guy, Skyjay, is the living embodiment of the call an ambulance, but not for me meme, basically, because really, so many times it seems like he's about to just lose it all, and then somehow he makes it back and takes you with him. But, I mean, as I say that, this one's looking pretty complicated now. Sparg0 is the one controlling the stage, and once again, when he has the advantage, he's got to push that as far as he can, and he really milks it for all it's worth. And now Skyjay loses his first stock. Not too far away, though. I mean, he can still get a very bit punished, but Sparg0 with the mix-ups and the landing, great way to save himself.
Oh, and the hardbook shifting on the down tilt, allowing him to avoid the even in a lower whip with what's looking like it. Oh, very dangerous, scary situation there for Sky. Gonna put him on the platform, and he waits for a tech chase, and he's gonna take that stuff with the Alolan Whip. I mean, once you reach a certain percent, is just pretty much a tramit that it's just written in the cards, man. Like once that side B hits from his form, consider your stuff might be gone.
And let me tell you real quick, these guys have a history of 5 sets. Only one of them played online, and it was a Game 5 situation in Dami Invitacional. So you guys can expect this to go to last game too, because Skyjay seems to be adapting over the course of the game, and you know, getting a lot more parries. He knows the timing for those moves now, and also keep in mind that set back in Dami Invitacional was against Pyra and Mithra, not against Cloud. So this is looking a lot different. I mean, Sparg0 gets the second stock, but still, you can feel the danger in every interaction.
You can feel it for sure for both sides as well. Here is Sky not gonna be able to punish anything like that. Sparg0 got a little desperate there on his landing, so he's gonna get punished, but the recovery from Cloud being so much better with that limit, allowing him to make it back and perhaps try to do something else. Sky was going for the Trixies, but Sparg0 is still one step ahead, and the spike was almost home. I could almost smell it just brewing from the side of Sparg0, and here, like, we've also seen Sparg0 go very aggressive versus Sky once he's upstage. He knows that he's here, even though his recovery is not exactly bad. Like, the mobility in the air for this character is so poor, and once you push him out, like, it's pretty much curtains for him. So let's see if Sparg0 is able to once more just put Sky off stage and manage to capitalize on it, or if Sky is gonna make this miraculous comeback happen.
Well, it did look pretty close last game, and it was a pretty similar situation, but he did have stage control back then. This time he doesn't, and Sparg0 pushes him off the top of the stage, and so that's game number 2. Looking a lot better for Sparg0 now that he's using Cloud instead of the Aegis, but, you know, he can really make it work with any character. But I do see a few Eureka moments from Skyjay. I don't know if you saw, but he just revenged that, that Blade Beam before the last stock was taken, and then he did a neutraler with revenge. So, you know, it's little things like those that make me think that this game is going to be a lot more explosive, because he now knows that he has a lot more room to revenge stuff.
And we've seen, if you want explosive, like, we are getting that trading about 50% immediately, but Sparg0 just takes the advantage once more, and looking like Smash 4 Cloud once again with those downers. Look at that, he's gonna go off stage, and Sparg0 is a master of doing that, but it's very, very white from Sparg0 to actually save his jump, because if not, Sky would have just took his stuff.
True, and you know, that actually happened in game number 1 as well. The traits off stage in Pokemon Stadium 2, you don't want that to happen again. Oh, and this was a parry this time around, no revenge, but those are free revenges that Sparg0 is throwing out in an attempt to get Sky away from the ledge, and that's no good. Eventually he's going to find out, he's going to get rid of that habit, but in the meantime, Skyjay has a lot of room to improve, and look at those grabs missing. Just so close that they are, and yet so many of those grabs never do connect. Sparg0 is going really deep though, and that's gonna do it from all the way down there.
God damn, like, that limit up B just really doing wonders for Sparg0. Sky finally managing to clean the stuff up, like, in a matter of seconds, but this combo from Sparg0 and very aggressive as well. Like, finally, Sparg0 seems to be catching on to the habit that Sky has to be recovering very aggressively, like just spending his jump. And here, just looking to extend his advantage, Sky is going to need more than one good combo to get this going, but the revenge could be the deciding factor.
And here we go again in the fights on the center stage. Look at that. So confident from Sparg0 going in and attacking. You can't just give those free revenges out, but he is still going to push his advantage state all the way to the end, and Sparg0 is one stock away from reaching Grand Finals. And like we said, there is a ticket for La Reta in play. Of course, Sparg0 is already invited, so whoever gets second place would be the one to reach it in case that happens if they don't win. And really, Skyjay is still looking like a formidable opponent, but this curtain is getting really, really close together. I mean, Sparg0 seems to be ready to end it.
Yeah, as you were saying, I'm trying to think, didn't Sky already qualify as well? Like, I'm trying to remember
Skyjay?
because, yeah, like he went to a qualifier, I do believe. If I am not mistaken, I could be terribly mistaken. Because I'm thinking off the top of my head, like the one that was before the qualifier that was on Peninsula Yucatan. But here, as the Edgeguard is incoming, I'll think about that later because this set is over. Sparg0 is punching his ticket into the grand finals. And well, Sky is going to wait for the duel between the Tijuana brethren before he even attempts to make his way back versus Sparg0.
Shoutouts to Sparg0's sweater, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that. His hoodie. That's from the Twice concert that he just attended. He was making quite a ruckus in Twitter. He was really excited about that concert. He finally got to see his idols in person, so shoutouts to him. I'm sure he was really happy, and now he's wearing that everywhere. So that means Sparg0 just such a happy guy, and I'm looking at Skyjay's history of, well,